What is up, everybody? Today we have a match against Carthage and Rome. Over here, you can see they are boxed up. Um, this was an actual, I don't know specifically in this exact fashion, but they did have a little square formation they would use when they had to, and so I would say this is pretty similar. So they also brought some onagers to so two sets of onagers. These guys are obviously in communications with each other too. And then they have some slingers and then some Syrian archers. I don't really think there's much cav. Maybe, yeah, 1, 2 units. Oh, just two general units, I guess. And yeah, other than that, they got some Praetorian Guard. Maybe just one, not two Praetorian Guards, which are solid, crazy, scary units. Um, but in general, the Romans are just scary units as well. I mean, look at this. The cohort, we got 61 melee attack, and then weapon damage is 35, and they're also fairly tanky. So they are better troops than our Carthaginian troops over here. But we'll see what they're made of. Honestly, so I was walking, I was walking into this fight, not really thinking too seriously of it. Um, I was hoping that my ally would wait. I was trying to. So my thoughts here were, I'll hit the corner of the front, the side, and then the back, and I'll support it with my cavalry, and then where I can run my elephants in, right? And I was hoping that my ally would surround the rest of the other sides, right, so that they couldn't uh, flank out of this box. Now, his cavalry probably would prevent him from doing that, because if he did do that, then all the internal troops would definitely die. Um, but but the here is the play, I guess, is just running in here. So, and they're actually getting slaughtered by archers and catapults, the onagers. Yeah. Oh, so they do have a cavalry over here. These guys are getting slaughtered as well, though. Oh, they'll probably get a hit. Oh, unfortunate. Yeah, already a unit breaking up there. Tough. Ooh, yeah, down to 62 already. Oh my gosh. Archers just die so quickly. But yeah, they should die. And these guys will be fine. They're also getting slaughtered from the front from other slinger and archer fire. And then the unit that did make it in here, they're trying to break really quickly with the flank, right? Especially because, I mean, where are the reinforcing troops? They're not anywhere near. That just put their army, this other Carthaginian army, down to. I mean, and these guys are fairly elite. They're the Samnite warriors, and then the noble fighters. Noble fighters solid. Samnite warriors pretty decent. But there's only 5 units. I almost said 4. The rest is cavalry, and so I do think that bringing cavalry was a great idea, because usually, I mean, that's Rome's weak suit, right? They don't have good cavalry. However, being in this square formation, you can get direct charges, which still work, fairly decent against sword units. It's not as good as obviously just being in an open field of battle, where they have their flanks exposed, right? So they can definitely do some damage here, but just not as good. So anyways, I moved up my guys here, starting to sling and shoot arrows at them, still getting hit as well by the onagers here. And honestly, the archers are in these really really long lines, and there's so many of them that it's actually hard just to knock them out. Like, it's fairly hard just to kill them. So I'll try and skirmish as much as possible. My idea here is, okay, well, if their archers are all in there, I don't really need my archers. So honestly, something I probably could have done is move these archers back, and then fought melee, because they can't really shoot my melees if they're in battle up here. So, and I did bring some hoplites just because I like to pair them with, like, my Libyan infantry or whatever. They do well together. You can see that they already got massacred. This side over here, running the cavalry in, has been going quite well for them. Obviously, they're going to get picked off. I believe they put in 2 units over here, down to 1, which is losing decisively now, but they are going to get some other hits off. So these cavalry units are going to do all right. Over here, obviously, I am set up on the flank. I'm going to move my noble fighters to the flank as well. You know, we got the Praetorian Guard set up over here. And hopefully, I was thinking maybe hopefully I could break through and support them with the cavalry. So, just trying to set up my Carthaginian hoplites. They're just getting annihilated. But they ate up some Pila and everything, so they didn't do so bad, right? Still slinging back and forth. Yeah, nice. Those guys are at least grouped up. Yeah, they still have ammo too, so that's good. And obviously, I do want to take them out because I have this unit of elephants here. Now, I hate bringing elephants, but I just hate elephants in the game. I don't hate bringing them. I think they're OP, but you know, we're against Rome, and I just thought they're definitely better. You know, they have better troops for at least for the cost, right? So I'm gonna bring some elephants, try and even it out here. Carthaginian hoplites gonna go in and support this Libyan infantry unit. So basically, I have this flank tied down right here, and then we're also going to need some Pila up here with the hoplite unit and watch this flank so that they can't come out and outflank my guys here. Same with this unit here. It's a pretty small unit, but obviously that's like with so few of my allies' troops on this flank, they can start spreading out, right? And there's only 4 sword units, so they just have to make sure to take care of those. Archers are breaking. I have still 3 units. They're trying to run out and get me, but I do have some horse, some Carthaginian cavalry over here, which they're not horrible. I don't know why their melee defense is debuffed, but they're not horrible. I mean, they're not anything insane. They're definitely not anything insane. But yeah, 96 cohort against my cavalry. Yep, and we're gonna shoot them in the back too, since they missed their opportunity. Let's see what this does. It's in the backs of them, so that sucks. I mean, they're in a diamond formation, charging into the backs of them. If that was a better unit, I mean, okay, so that was still pretty solid. It took a little bit to get there, but I mean, if that was a heavy unit of cavalry, they would have been destroyed. They probably would have broke right there. I mean, in the back, you know, they're already half broken, and yeah, they used that time to sally out on my low Libyan infantry unit. So we gotta start scrambling. I moved in my noble fighters. So, and the Carthaginian hoplites. Who are they against? Yeah, the cohort. So, noble fighters are already going to town. They're also over here. But Praetorian Guard, that's going to be an issue right there. I'm really hoping that this guy with his cavalry left over was going to support me, you know, and run into the backs. I don't know where he's going. But I do have my own cavalry, that being said. But yeah. Oh man, I didn't even realize they were just getting shot in the sides. I really needed to take care of this unit better. And I was surprised that their archers still had freaking ammo, man. Like, after shooting at us or running up for so long. I feel like my archers run out of ammo faster. I don't know. But, yeah. So who's gonna go for the general? I would definitely try and get some archers. I mean, you're gonna die for it for sure. Oh, the people. Yeah. And yeah, so he's got some other... Cretan archers trying to pick off some of these archers here in the center, which they all still apparently have ammunition somehow. And Rome is just, I mean, they did well. I mean, they used their formation well. They flanked out. I'm leaving my cavalry in there for probably too long, but my Samnite warriors against these 2 guys, they'll probably do okay. Losing okay, not okay. But maybe with the cavalry charges. But these guys are low too, so. But my allies finally bringing in their reserve troops of 4, you know, high tier fighters. My guys are not looking great, right? Noble fighters, they were getting flanked by archer fire the whole time. I'm trying to support them now with some cavalry charges, right? But my cavalry is actually just garbage, right? It's not great. So unfortunately, I'm not going to get as much use out of these guys as I should. I should definitely get way more. That being said, I mean, all these freaking... I mean, that's a Praetorian Guard, so, you know, no shame in losing there, but, you know, all these Roman troops are just so solid. Obviously, my hoplites are getting flanked. I'm realizing this guy's probably going to get flanked. I got to get somebody out, you know, or I got to flank and keep fighting and whatever. Ran my elephants in on these cohort units. Yeah, so then they still have archer ammo left on this unit that's just sitting here. I'm gonna try and get my horses on them, but man, that is just frustrating. Like they're still holding enough of a formation to protect our look at all these guys swarming over here. Yeah, I mean they've just been shot this whole time. Yeah, I don't know. How do they have ammunition, man? And how are they still alive? And how do my horses not break this? I will never bring this Carthaginian cavalry. They're good for like tying units up, you know, on the flanks, but I don't know. I might as well bring like two. I was gonna say Praetorian Guards, not what I want to say. I might as well bring two like spear throwing units, you know, for the flanks. That would do it anyways. So trying to run my elephants in and out while the archers are distracted. They are doing their best to not be distracted and kill my guys, because obviously elephants could change the tide of this battle against all these sword units, especially with these elite units moving in here. Yeah, and you know what I should have done? I should have... Well, okay, well, taking care of these two units is actually big because they're just out here on the flanks. They would definitely flank the new Carthaginian units, etc. But I should roll these guys just into the center. And if they want to shoot arrows at me and make me go berserk in the center, that's their problem, right? It's definitely what I should do. But yeah, they have full health Praetorian units. And honestly, like, so if some of these units still have Pila, these sword units, they could take out my elephants for sure. But they're now getting, just annihilated. And man, and you know what? I totally forgot about this horse unit. I should have got them in on these archers, man. So right now, it's actually kind of close. Just because I have... Okay, well, now that... okay, I said that, but now the elephants are pretty much destroyed. However, they could still get in here and cause some damage. I only have one sword unit of Libyan infantry, right? So mid-tier. And then this Carthaginian flank over here. You know, these guys are probably tired fighting against these fresh health and fresh, you know, endurance fighters. They're good, and they're good fighters, but they just, I mean, Rome, I mean, look how many units they have, right? How many do the Onagers? Onagers got 72 kills. I don't know where the other ones. It's a great question. Anyways, yeah, so they're literally chasing my elephants down. I'm gonna run my slinger unit in here just to do whatever. But yeah, I see this unit over here, this cohort unit. Maybe I could get them with my technically two, but one elephant. And honestly, I'm just holding this sword unit over here just to make him keep a little bit of a flank here, right? He's keeping more troops over here than this unit is worth, and that's about as much as I can do right here. Samnite Warriors, you know, they're breaking one unit here, they're breaking another unit here. You know, as soon as they get tired though and fighting against all these guys, and oh man, and outflanked, you know, they just have so many, and they're using battle rhythm. He's using his general's abilities and everything. You know, he's doing well. He's doing well. I really wish, and honestly, like, it is not my allies' fault at all. But I really wish, with all those units of cavalry, that we got some of the archer units. I honestly could have played my elephants a lot better, but if the archer units were out of ammo, then it wouldn't have mattered. I mean, we would have just tore through these guys. But I really should have been either more patient or more aggressive. I mean, I just. You know, it sucks. Hindsight 2020, right? But yeah, and obviously he wanted me to come out here and flank this unit. to get caught by these two. I mean, so there's 3 units over here. This is as much as I could do, just keep them quote unquote occupied with 1 unit that I have, right? And these guys are just fighting in a pit of bodies, right? Now losing decisively. I mean, they're flanked. Yep. We're starting to break. Noble fighters are exhausted currently. They've probably been using their abilities. Yeah, so I mean, they're just getting tore up. And honestly, like at the end of the day, you know, you kind of look around. I don't know. I mean, Rome, they did lose a good number of guys, but we lost 2 full armies, so they definitely came out on top. But they did lose some people. Had this, been a battle in the actual war, oh my gosh, we would need to load in a new army very quickly, because that's a lot of deaths on our side. So, um, so for me, I guess I had about 1,700 losses and 1,200 kills. So, I mean, ratio not perfect, but it is about the same number of kills as my ally here. He did bring less troops than me, only by like 200. So, actually, that's like about proportional. So his cavalry, I was curious just to look. His cavalry, not amazing. The noble cav did good. Actually, these 2 noble cav units did solid. But the Scutari cavalry kind of mid, and then this noble cav must have got hit too. Um, Other than that, I think these 4 units we should have held back for a while their onagers try to hit us at long range, more inaccurate, less kills, and then we push on a united front, right? That's something I've learned about this game a lot, is if you don't push together, they will take advantage of that. They will hit your flanks, they will pick you apart. Your units, as they go in, they eat up Pila, and you don't want to come in later with more unit. Well, it depends what you're doing, but if you come in later, more units like here, they just have more ammunition and more range to pick you off, and less, there's less people to eat up and disperse that damage. So anyways, their fighters at the end, they did okay. Definitely good for the numbers, that disadvantage that they were in. 100%. Over here in Rome, I didn't even know they had scorpions. Never even noticed them. But their slingers did really well. Archers and other slinger unit did meh. But obviously all their swords did good. Like 100 kills at least each. I mean, that's insane. And the Praetorians obviously did well. On my side, so elephants, super disappointing. I should have done so much better. And I upgraded him twice. I didn't even know I did that. Man, that sucks. Like, they actually could have been really, really good. So, very disappointing there. They should have like 500 kills, My cavalry also horrible. I thought this was going to be a land battle where I could get more flanking off and like cover the flanks with my cavalry. So, granted, I only brought 2, but I thought that would be enough, and it was in the end. But I should have just not brought them at all. Should have just not brought them at all. Or I should have went for the archers like a bit more heavily. My archers did okay. Not bad, not great. This right here, this was a big disappointment. I totally forgot I had a pike unit, a single pike unit, and I just ran them in without being in formation. 100%, 100% my fault. The hoplites got absolutely murdered pretty much on every front. The Libyan infantry did kind of horrible as well. Right here, this guy did good. And then these guys all did horrible as well. So I have no idea. I mean, Rome played well. They had their little formation going on. And then I just, we didn't attack our united front. And then I don't know. I honestly, one of these guys was flanked. The other guy should have done better. So not 100% on that. But, Rome does have really solid troops. And for their costs, they're pretty low cost. Like, look at this guy. He ranked this guy up 3 ranks. 2 ranks. I mean, I don't know. But they do have good troops. I think the elephants and the pikes definitely could have evened out the battle had I used them even well. I was gonna say good, but anyways, guys, that's it for the battle. I hope it was at least interesting. It's cool to see that formation, in Rome taking the defensive position as kind of they would. They would probably have a fort up on top of that. But yeah, I think that's cool to see, and the Rome players played it well, and I think, obviously they're definitely in a party probably at least. Maybe not. I mean, this guy brought the 2 onagers. Maybe not, but it felt like it. So, definitely good communication on their side. Bit of advantage there, and we lacked a little bit of communication on our side. And I think the troop layouts here were more meant for like an open land battle instead of like the enclosed square. So, anyways, I think a cool battle nonetheless. Thanks for tuning in. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.